Agency signed $1.1 million deal for Abuja power plant. Bayelsa governorship, Supreme Court affirms Leon's nomination, dismisses Lokbobiri's appeal. Okay. NDLEA arrests 34 suspected drug traffickers in Edo. Boy 12 allegedly commits suicide in Imo. And Federal Character Commission grounded, operates with only one commissioner. Why? Check it out on the Daily Trust newspaper. Like I said, NDLEA arrests 34 suspected drug traffickers in Edo, seizes 10.5 tons of Indian hemp in Maiduguri. APC crisis. Why I accept to lead reconciliatory committee. Akonde, federal government committed to Nigeria Air Project. Minister. Still on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Islamic organization doles out 2.6 billion naira to 7,600 orphans. Oshomole decries persecution of Zamfara APC chieftains. All right. And still on the Daily Trust newspaper, pipeline explosion, group files 3.215 billion naira suit against NNPC. Senate canvasses public-private partnership to fund road projects. Okay. And some entertainment headlines here. Kannywood won't ban Mariam Booth over leaked nude video. Artist Guild. Yakubu Dogara's testament. Boko Haram running out of options or will. Part 2. Okay. Fashola, be careful. Trump hates competition. What is this person talking about? It's an opinion article. Read it up. Governor Zulum, the military, and Boko Haram. All hail King Trump. Okay. And some international headlines here. NIDOA reacts to U.S. visa ban on Nigeria. U.S. indicts 4 Chinese military officers for Equifax hack. China inflation rises as coronavirus disrupts supply chains. 6 years. Okay, moving on. Still on the Daily Trust newspaper. Imo government, Labour disagree over implementation of new minimum wage. Zulum, Lord federal government as NDE empowers 150 women youths in Borno. Okay. And some IT news here. EU's 5G toolbox has Huawei on the crosshairs. Nigeria gets emergency alert app against kidnapping others. Okay. And why robotics education should be embraced by Nigerians. That's it from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And from the Daily Trust, we cross over to another paper. We're starting off with, we're going over to the This Day newspaper. And this one says, Buratai, we have defeated insurgency, but facing the challenge of terrorism. A new policy, CBN restricts milk importation to just 6 firms. Which of them? Dangote remains Africa's wealthiest for 9th successive year. Transcorp Group announces new board appointment. Okay, moving on. WHO names coronavirus COVID-19 as death toll climbed to 1,098. Motekun to tackle kidnapping, cattle rustling, cultism in Southwest. PDP takes protest against Buhari government to French Embassy, United Nations, EU, African Union. And this one says Supreme Court affirms Leon's candidacy in Bayelsa governorship election. Protesters ask Amnesty International to leave Nigeria. Airlines spend $3.5 billion yearly overseas on maintenance. Others. Okay. Still on This Day newspaper. Let's check out a few more headlines here before we cross over to another one. Real estate holds promise of higher return in 2020, says Ibaru. And this one says CBN injects additional $210 million into forex market. In Kogi, Bello matches words with action. Abiodun and the war of Ogun political godfathers. Okay? And okay, this one says World Cancer Day. Obaseki calls for collaboration against scourge. WHO certifies Nigeria, 5 others on capacity to diagnose coronavirus. Alright, that's it from This Day newspaper. From This Day, we cross over to The Punch. What does The Punch newspaper have in store for us this morning? The first headline here reads, Buhari has promoted tribalism, religion in military others. And this is coming from Bishop Hassan Kuka. Beating Amotekun officers attracts 0.25 million naira fine and jail term. Minimum wage, federal government suspends salary review. Nigeria not worth dying for, Bishop Kuka. Northern Group advocates dialogue with bandits. Unilag DSA postgraduate students clash over hostel. Mad rush as Oyo plans to recruit 7,000 teachers. Benue strange disease death toll rises to 11. Oshomole Obaseki loyalists trade words over Edo explosion. IG coordinators brainstorm over community policing in Enugu. Steer clear of Kanu parents' burial, group warns police, army. Headmaster in court for defiling pupil. Lassa fever kills 19, spreads to 19 states. Boxers no longer afraid of Joshua Fury. The registered party sues INEC. And for 9th year, Dangote remains Africa's wealthiest person. Visa ban not in our interest. But Jabia Miller tells US. Igalo in United squad for Chelsea clash. FIIRO removes Igwe, appoints new acting DG. That was after the ICPC came out to say Igwe does not have a PhD as he claims to do. Okay. Let's go on. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning. Fulani headsman in army uniform abducted me. OOU graduate cries out. Okay, and this one says mob lynches man for stealing chicken. Orphan 12 allegedly commits suicide in Imo. Ilaro Poli SUG president caught during initiation, suspended, impeached. In case you missed it, fleeing army officer arrested in Benin Republic. Traders lament planned demolition of Lagos market. Okay, and this one says Ndidi in fitness race for Wolves clash. That's sports news. Still on the Punch newspaper, PDP leaders protest at AU offices in Abuja. APC to seek review of Zamfara judgment. Okay, Supreme Court upholds Leon's candidacy as Bayelsa APC governorship candidate. Poor electrical installation alarming among disco, says NEMSA. Again, gunmen raid Plateau community, kill 3. Shot Chinese restaurants, officials grilled over rights abuse. CBN approved 6 firms for milk importation, bars others. All right. Harmattan, flight delays, cancellations inevitable, says NCAA. Okay, and 4.57 trillion naira lost to crude oil theft in 4 years. And that's it from the Punch newspaper this morning. All right, from the Punch we cross over to the Guardian, and it leads presidency Kuka clash over Buhari's undeclared assets. And of course, right after the story is Bishop accuses the president of clannishness, divisiveness, says no sane citizen ready to die for the country. Okay, and moving on. 12-year-old orphan commits suicide in Imo. Obaseki, Ize Yamu, others trade blame over fresh bomb attack. Okay, and this one says 2 persons tested negative to coronavirus in Nigeria. Oyo State to recruit 7,000 teachers, others. Ekiti APC threatens to sue Fayoshe over alleged 400 million naira fund. Imo panel indict to Korocha over contract fraud. Which panel? Is it the panel set up by Hedioha or the new one set up by Hope Uzodimma? All you have to do is read up on the Guardian to find out which of the panels it is. Team Nigeria, Dare meets over Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. History beckons if Woods can reverse Riviera fortunes. 30 years after Douglas knocked down Tyson to shape boxing history. Okay, that legendary fight between Buster Douglas and Iron Mike Tyson. Read up on the Guardian, or you can wait for Sports Fiesta at 8 a.m. to hear more. Barca's Dembele out of Euro 2020 after hamstring surgery. Okay, and some business headlines here. NNPC US seal $1.1 million pact for 1,350 megawatt Abuja power plant. Coronavirus may cripple gas LNG demand by 14 billion cm. And this one says manufacturers seek concession as government mulls new gas regulation in June. Partnership with financial sector targeted at improved access to cheap funds, says Manufacturing Association of Nigeria. And this one says Juicy Smollett indicted again over alleged Hawks attack. And Lagos Okada ban. This Okada rider has a few things to say. Google Maps is 15. 6 reasons I love the app. And that's it from the Guardian newspaper. Before I leave, here's the last paper we'll be checking out this morning, and it's called The Vanguard. What does the Vanguard have in store for us? 3 Nigerian labs acquire diagnostic capacity for coronavirus. Cargo diversion. Maersk, South Marine denied dumping Lagos port. Overtime cargo takes up 30% space at Lagos Port. Glow's new cloud app aids subscribers save memorable moments. Customs to take delivery of 3 scanners by second quarter of 2020. Government must scale up nutrition services in PHCs. Beatrice Eluaka. Okay. People talk on clamor for regional security outfits. Lassa fever kills 1,047 Nigerians. On the ban on Okada in Lagos. Okay. Imo and other member states release advisories on novel coronavirus. Trade challenges ahead for the shipping industry. International Chamber of Shipping expresses concern at increasing attacks on ships' crews. NLNG achieves 83% of its Nigerianization target. That's a new one. Nigerianization. Okay. Agents prefer solution to decongest port. Customs brokers prefer solution to congestion at Lagos Port. And moving on, Nigerian kills cousin over business transaction in South Africa. Former EFCC boss Farida Waziri sacked in national interest. Jonathan Amotekun bill will become law on February 14th. Fire me. 1,434,632 candidates register for UTME in 3 weeks. Jam 30 killed, 18 vehicles, houses burnt in fresh Boko Haram attack. 2020, Dangote remains Africa's wealthiest person for the 9th consecutive year. An army intensifies efforts to arrest Shekau. ECOWAS challenges Nigeria's border closure, sets up committee. And grumbling in army over huge pay disparity with Navy Air Force. Okay, so that's it from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And I think it's time to get you in on the conversation. You can send your messages via SMS to 0807 400 9076 or WhatsApp to 0812 178 9154. If you prefer to call, you can call the numbers 0706 263 9275 or 0903 939 4427. You could also call 0812 178 9154. When you call, keep it short, keep it simple, and keep it civil. 30 seconds max.
Dear caller, KUFM appreciates your contributions and comments on its platforms.
Thank you. Far too kind.
We would ask that in making your contributions, desist from personal attacks or insults on other individuals or callers. Do not insult the sensibilities of other individuals. Endeavor to stick to the topic of discussion without unnecessary diversions. Be constructive rather than destructive. All good opinion counts. Make your comments brief and straight to the point. We will not tolerate insults or personal attacks on others. This is in order for us to serve you better. Thank you as you obey these rules. Remember, every caller is a presenter talking to an audience. Don't just be a caller, become a good one.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday Monday, calling from Morocco, Delta State.
All right, Monday, go ahead quickly.
On the issue of those people protesting against amnesty action to leave Nigeria, those people do not want truth. We don't want the things to move well in this country. That's why they are protesting against amnesty action. You know, these are able to checkmate the activities of, especially the abuse of this country. And they are protesting against the showing time that we don't want truth, we don't want peace, we don't want justice, we don't want equity in this country. But the issue in APC, especially in Edo State, are the issue of the bomb that's occurring. We don't play politics in that way. Those who are behind those things should stop it. And the government will not be involved in all those things. The government will not be involved. They don't have to backtrack the government with that issue. The government will not be involved with that kind of thing. They should stop.
Thank you. Exhausted your time. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it civil. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Sopo City, aka the Radio Professor.
All right, quickly, go ahead.
Yes, my quick take is on that of Bishop Hassan Kuka, that the president has stabilized every facet of the Nigerian policy, the military, the appointments and everything. So it looks like as if the president is pursuing only one interest. Hence, Nigeria is not worth dying for. As for the issue of the crisis in Edo State APC, I think these guys are only playing around. Edo people know better. Edo people know the antecedents of a Godwin Obaseki. The man is focused on bringing development to the state. He has no time for all those things that those knockouts they are shooting here and there. Those people, they are the people that are trying to attract attention to themselves. So, but however, I think and pray that the president will wake up. If he cannot resign, let him know that Nigeria is not only for the Fulani Hesne people or the Fulani people.
Your time is up. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Sonny speak for Emerson City of the Kingdom.
All right, go ahead quickly.
What I want to say is that this bomb issue in Edo State, really, whoever takes democracy and said in Nigeria since 1999, Edo State have never experienced this type of thing. And I know gentleman, the governor of this state, Robert Seke, is a very gentleman. He cannot do all these things. Since the information of EMP in Edo State, that is where we see a different dimension of things in Edo State. Please, according to the stones, they get this matter. The people will not tolerate this nonsense from these people. Please. And then the second one is, I make sure I continue saying that Buhari and the Yoshibanjo is not taking care of these Nigerians. Look at what is going on in this country. And they are not only traveling to Kenya. Buhari is in Ethiopia. People have been slaughtered and killed in a very, very, they do not care. What type of government is this government?
Your time is up. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Comrade Abi. I'm calling from Malaya.
Comrade Abi,
Yeah, the issue of what is happening in Benin is just unfortunate, like such thing is happening. Has never happened in Benin before. Train bomb here and there because of political ambition. At least for me, it's not acceptable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Abi. Short and straight to the point. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
I can hear you. Good morning to you. Please,
My name is Adam. I'm calling from Benin.
go ahead.
Concerning what happened in Benin yesterday, bombing. Do you know one thing? They are blaming themselves. We know what is going on. The state government is not condemning in one day like that. Say, I'm condemning this year. What did they happen for Benin? Also, I condemn. Also, I do. So I know able to sympathize with the people. I the governor. I want to know. You are the governor of the state. Like your last season, supposed to go and sympathize with them. Say, sorry, you are here. What happened? Sorry, it doesn't make a step. It doesn't condemn me. You are still releasing blame to the other one. If you know that the other one that done it, let it happen to go arrest him for them to investigate. If you know that he is saying the truth, you are the governor of the state. I don't understand though.
All right, thank you. Time up. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Charles.
Morning to you.
This is Mr. Omos. I'm calling from Benin.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the governor of the Southwest, they are doing the right thing issue regarding Amotoko. We have said it before, and I have said it on this beautiful platform that we want to see the legal framework that sets up Amotoko. This is what we need, because we have to have a template for other states to follow. Because you cannot just set up an outfit outside it like that without a legal framework. We want to know who wants to pay them their monument if they had an accident, who is going to buy weapons for them, who is going to be responsible for them, what is going to be the recruitment exercise. You understand?
Right.
So are they going to work with the Nigeria police? Are they going to work with Nigeria army? Are they going to work with the civil defense and all of this? Or are they going to be tied to the apron of the governor of such states? We want to know.
Right.
This is exactly what we want here in this country. Thank you and good morning, Mr. Chair. And secondly, the issue regarding Zamfara State election that the APC said they want to review. It's in the right step in the right direction. I want to urge the comrade governor, the APC national chairman, to tell APC throughout the federation.
You're out of time. Thank you. You're out of time. You're out of time. You're out of time. I know. Yeah. Okay, this is where we'll end this morning's edition of the paper of the newspaper review. Join us tomorrow for another wonderful, scintillating edition of the program. My name is Charles Opulum. Coming up next is Sports Fiesta. Please stay with us. Good morning.
92.7 KUFM.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know, 'cause I got good news
107 KUFM.
Morning, beautiful sports people. It's time for Sports Fiesta live on 92.7 KUFM at Benin City. Coming up on this edition of the show, Sports Minister receives World Cup powerlifting champions and he has assured them of continuous support. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they will be going toe-to-toe on the 22nd of February, but Deontay Wilder is saying that Tyson Fury will be worried by the first fight knockdown. So he believes that that's an opportunity for him to knock out Tyson Fury in this encounter. If you are a Barcelona fan, well, we can confirm to you now that your winger Ousmane Dembele will be sidelined for 6 months. That means that he will not be playing again for the rest of the season. And we'll be looking at everything happening in the ever-exciting world of sports. Let's begin from the sports minister receiving the powerlifting teams. You know, we talked about them on Saturday, how they topped the medals table at the end of the World Powerlifting Championship in Abuja. But some things happened. I think they won 13 gold medals to top that medal table. But the president of the powerlifting championship resigned just after the closing ceremony of that event. So it led to some issues. But the sports minister has received the champions and he has assured them that he will continue to stand with them in any situation relating to the sports that they find themselves in. And so the Nigerian team that is nicknamed the Unstoppables, and if you've been watching cable TV, you see this promo of them running. They call them the Unstoppables, and that's because of what they have consistently achieved over the years. The tournament kicked off on Tuesday, the 4th of February, and it's ended on the 7th of February. 10 junior and 20 senior athletes were presented for the tournament, which had 13 countries involved. So Nigeria topped the medals table there. They won 6 gold medals in the junior category and 11 gold medals plus 5 silver in the senior category. Then in addition, the team broke 3 world records. So the minister thanked them for staying focused, and then he assured them that whatever problem that they have, the ministry is going to ensure that it is resolved.
I think that's good coming from the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, because his own is to ensure that every board every federation has to do their own job and also ensure that the ministry will have to also follow up and see how they can support the athletes. Well, with what they did, I think they did very well, even broke 3 of the world records, and I hope that they will go on to do great stuff at the Olympics. Though the preparation towards the Olympics is still going on, and I'm sure that they are still going to be competing in Dubai. And just like the minister said, that she will be there to ensure that they get the support, and both in Dubai and in Tokyo. So for me, I think the Unstoppables, they have done well. Each time they go out there to compete, they always come back with good results. So we hope they continue that way, and ensure that they take us to the medal table when they get to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. If they can do that for us, I'm sure they are going to get reward for that when they return from the Olympics. So for me, I think they are in high spirit, and with what they've done so far, I think all they want to do is to build on their achievements so far.
Let's just hope that all the behind-the-scenes issues, as I suspected on Saturday when we were talking about the resignation of the president of the Nigeria Powerlifting Championship. After we left the studio, we started getting reports that she's under an investigation from the board, and that she was supposed to be impeached before she resigned, and they said it has to do with money, mismanagement of funds, and all that. So you just hope that all of these issues behind the scenes are resolved so that we do not have problems. When the country is doing very well, we need to find ways of improving instead of always having all of these issues. Winning consistently medals, good medals in particular, at World Paralympic Championship and also at the Olympic Games should be a thing of joy, and that federation should be well run and managed. But instead, sometimes you hear some of these problems coming up, which is not pleasant. And Nigeria right now are doing well in different sports. We talked about wrestling, the championship in Algiers, the African Wrestling Championship. Yes, we told you how many of our athletes, our wrestlers, get into the final of the competition. Eventually, they won 6 gold and 4 silver medals. That is really impressive. But now at the International Weightlifting Championship, Nigeria is also doing well in Uzbekistan. The country won 6 gold and 3 bronze medals in Uzbekistan. So weightlifting is something that one sport that Nigeria has done well at the African Games, the Commonwealth Games, and also the Olympics. But not really won the medals at the Olympics, but we still have some names that have stood out for us at the Olympics and some other competitions. And so, good one for Nigeria that they continue their impressive showing at the ongoing 6th International Solidarity Weightlifting Championship in Uzbekistan. And they won 6 gold and 3 silver medals. The team captain, Augustina Nkem Wokolo, she won 3 bronze medals in the 49 category, while Adejat Adenike Olariloye in the 55 category won 3 gold medals for Nigeria. Then Rafiatu Folashade Lawal won 3 gold in the 59 kilograms to end the day on a very good note for Team Nigeria.
Yeah, good one for Team Nigeria. The way they are going about the weightlifting stuff, I think it has been really, really fantastic for them. Even I think when you have a federation, a particular federation doing well, in their sporting event, I think others will have to borrow a leaf. And if you look at what Daniel Igali has done so far with the wrestlers and all that, and the achievement they had that we spoke about over the weekend, one tends to see, okay, if the likes of Odunayo Adekore and Blessing of Oborodudu, Aminat Adini and all that are doing well in wrestling events, I think we over here, maybe in table tennis event, we should be doing very well. So I see different federations trying to do the same thing, trying to copy from other guys, and let's say, okay, we are one country, and let's see how we can also follow suit when others are doing well. And for weightlifting, they are also trying to do well, because we'll be having them at the Olympics, though they are going to be competing against other weightlifters from other countries that are much more better than them, so to speak, because of the preparations ahead of the Olympics. But with what we are getting right now, and if the athletes are really fired up, really well motivated to go out there to do great stuff, and giving the platform, the right platform to really prepare, and the funds and everything that has to do with welfare, I'm sure these guys will go out there and also compete and try to get medals for the country, and not just for the country alone. When you win a medal for your country, you also write your name. You also write your name in gold at the same spot, and that will open doors for you, endorsements, then this here and there and all that. So for me, I think it's good that right now, well, they are all doing well in the preparatory to the Olympics. But before the Olympics, I think they should try to maintain this tempo, and also try to stay injury-free, so that at the end of the day, it will not look as if the preparations and all that will just be in would be something that they did not benefit from, or rather achieved at the end of the day. So when you prepare for a tournament and try to stay injury free, give yourself the best preparation, at the end of the day you come out very well. So for me, the weightlifters, the wrestlers, everyone that have gone out there to do Nigeria proud, in this preparatory event, I'm sure that at the end of the day they are all going to be celebrated, and we all are rooting for them to go out there and do great stuff.
Well, one sport that has consistently done well for Nigeria is wrestling, and one of the wrestlers who won gold at the recently concluded African Wrestling Championship in Algiers, Algeria, Blessing Oborododu. She's a 10-time African champion, and she has been telling the media what inspires them to do great stuff. She says sometimes they watch the video of the president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, Daniel Igali, receiving his gold medal in the 2000 Olympic Games. Of course, he did not represent Nigeria. He was competing for Canada in that competition. And that seeing him receiving his gold medal and the Canadian anthem plays, it's something that really inspires them. They hope to be like that. They hope to win the gold medal too at the Olympics and have the Nigerian anthem play.
Yeah, I think that's great. And when listening to what the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Solidarity, said concerning the gym right there in Bayelsa State when he went on a visit, I think it really inspired me, and also wrestlers, who are using that gym right now, because he said that gym is one of the best he has seen, and it is really something that wrestlers should make use of. And when you look at the wrestlers we are having today, and coming out to say that what the president, who also, remember, he also acted as a coach, when the coach that was supposed to take them to Italy, for that tournament, had his passport and the other things stolen. I think he acted as a coach there, and look at what he was able to do, and he helped Nigeria to get better rankings in that Pelican tournament in Rome. And right here, you have the Mr. Praising the gym they have, and what Bayelsa State have, they've been able to do. So for me, when you have a president, president who has done well while he was competing, while he was still active, and you see his medal presentation and the kind of words that he will tell you guys before you go into a tournament and all that, it goes a very long way to inspire all the athletes to see how far they can write their names in gold. It's not really easy for you. You can compete in the Olympics. You can go to the Olympics like 7, 8, or 9 times without winning a medal or even getting close to the podium. But here, still get a hammer, still get a nail, everything put out together so that you can hammer. If you say one hammer, we will sit down. But brother, they go down. So they might have been because they only find black goats for the night. So life in a sense. Use your sense to find money. Use your sense to plan yourself. And at the end of the day, YouTube will say yes, hard work pays, as people when they speak Oyibo, they talk, and that's what the matter be. That's what they do around they go. So because before that our hands not they hear our voice, but with the work they come out, we do our own. So used to we go do our own. I celebrate all of you now. I say may this week better for every one of you now.
Yes, may this week better for everyone, and so the matter be that the message be that, and our wish for you be that. Just I was for us now. They talk about something like Valentine. You see. Again, we are good today. I can see one woman, she buy fine shoe. She called it friends. I make sure say you don't forget I go see her for picking for school. I can't get to the interest. I say I don't understand. He said for their school, they send me a bring gifts so that they will exchange
Okay,
gifts
with the children.
With the children, make the children bring it. They
If they
exchange
don't
with
see
their
them,
friends.
their friends for school.
For school.
Their
So they
mates.
didn't come buy shoe for a pikin. So pikin go give somebody tomorrow now. Somebody said go give am. I can't look and say, think, oh my God, they say, oh, this school is this, you don't understand. You know, say, but to me, I think it's a very good thing because the example you teach them now.
At this age, they don't begin to know how to extend, to show love, to extend gifts to people.
Care, everything.
Yeah.
I believe
It
the
did
world will become a
nice.
better place. If they continue, they grow like that, it will become a good place. But say the schools may do not be you come with buy
Or apart from that,
buys and they say give no. He said the school not talk anything. Just say give to you some. So now she use her mind by that one. So now we say you come go spend
or go borrow money because they say school say make I buy gift. You want impress? No, some people say I buy they don't give award though. Na gift. If na pencil you buy a gift person, you go appreciate it. You need to guide because of fraud matter. I beg you could take am one year.
Because honestly, I look at because sometimes when we see all these white men, I like this one. It's still got to do with family. Because family, if family good, the outside, get a problem. Now this, then in the woman, some of the think one or two of ability woman, they stay with them. So now equal as another uncle say.
Okay. For the house, this man brother they stay. The wife's person still they stay.
Now I call say see what happen. Now I call phone of glasses what happen. Now I call the younger brother call the investment. So why you not go tell me that kind of thing? Now I call invest for your wife. Say why you slap my brother? Okay, say yes, my brother. What he do? Say never see good. You open pot carry food. You know good. Why you not wait?
Make I come. Make you
tell me. So you don't disrespect me with that, and disrespect me for where my brother did too. You don't show me respect at all. Like because when the brother cause say, the younger brother cause say, this thing that they want, we think they avoid. So then you suffer your come out for the house. Finally, you don't come out for the house. Then the brother converse. Because if not, so your wife must come out for the house too. Because before the whole thing happened. Before the brother come out, the man could tell him, so yeah, this will not be like this. To redeem her, now just few letter words, which is sorry. Go tell my brother, say sorry. 7062639275 or 09039394427. Why not reach us for the WhatsApp line for 08219154. Don't forget, if you send text message from the text to the line, only SMS now you will send call this line for 08074009076.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Kilomit, Mr. Gosa.
Barcelona will salute
Good afternoon. Kilomit, a very sensitive matter. The Gosa talk where Kilomit, we are not talking finish, man, a very simple matter. Say the man say the woman go beg the brother. And make the man go beg my need to say, just I'm sorry, it won't happen again. It don't end.
But now that window, they don't close them, man. See, they close window for football. They don't close them because they don't close them now because the time we tell them on late. Now they don't say make shift self come up for the house. Marriage don't end.
It never looks like that. You know get it on the bed put. I'm sorry, it go long go. Yeah? You know, I beg. Maybe my go beg. Let him beg the husband. Make beg the brother.
But the boy not there at fault.
The
Hello.
No, not there.
He not get fault.
No.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Hello.
From Dokwa.
Okay, which way from the doctor? Talk to me.
That boy. Right. And I will not put.
You said
One.
yeah, right.
Make
the thing die. In the night, they go family side now. People will come sit down. All right.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm very reduce the volume of the radio.
Good afternoon. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Your name and where they call
My name is Dr. We are doing second junction at the talk to. for me, yes, the guy was wrong going to the court, and the woman was wrong going slapping the guy, the in-law. But waiting, I see the wife for do when the husband they ask was to say, okay, see what happened, and this is what I did. Then on the husband part, telling the wife to move away.
That is small. We greet you.
Hello?
I want woman to call women.
I'm not saying anything bad with the breast we do. Now go good bread. Now it be safe. Now good breast. And I can't forget that.
Although it was just that our best was not good enough for Netherlands in that final as they lost to the United States. So these two ladies, I think to me, stand out from these 5 nominees that we just talked about. And for Carr, well, she did well. I think that's 4 goals she scored against Jamaica. Well, that one, anyone could forget that. But if you look at Jamaica as a country, playing at the World Cup, they were the whipping guests in that tournament. So you expect, everyone to beat Jamaica. But I think since she joined Chelsea, she has really improved, and I really commend her for that. So for me, I think if you look at bronze, what she did, like I said before, she was so fantastic for the Trillion. So at the end of the day, I expect Megan Rapinoe to add this to the ones that she has won before.
Okay, well, referees and controversy. Well, it seems that it happens pretty often, and in different leagues across the world. In Nigeria, we know how much we've talked about this. But Bournemouth, they are asking the Premier League to investigate comments that were made by Jonathan Moss when they lost on Sunday at Sheffield United. Their midfielder, Dan Gosling, said Moss showed zero respect and was a disgrace for making what he called sarky comments about their league position. I don't know why.
Bournemouth, I think they scored first, then Sheffield United now came back, equalized, and they got the victory. But that was not enough for him to make those comments.
Alleged comments.
Alleged comments, yeah. Because once that we've not heard from the referee.
So you never have 7 KUFM at Benin City. And yes, we are going to the Edo State Sports Festival now. We've got Mr. Donatus Arewa. He is in charge of results collection at the Edo State Sports Festival. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes. How's the Edo State Sports Festival going?
Well, so far so good.
Okay, let's hear how the results have been coming in. I believe that medals are already being won by the different local governments.
Yes, you are very correct. The result we have now is as at 6 p.m. yesterday.
Oh, okay. So no medals were won today, despite the event.
We are collative. What we do is at the end of the day we have a table for the day.
Oh, okay. So it's
yesterday.
Okay, I get it.
We have a medal table.
Okay, all right. So let's have that medal table.
Okay. As at 6 p.m. yesterday, 11 February 2020. On 1 wet, 3 gold, 1 silver, no bronze. Making a total of four medals.
Okay.
Ikubaha, 3 gold, no silver, no bronze. Akoko Edo, 2 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Do I go on?
Yeah, you can go on. I'm waiting for my own. I've not had my local government. Go on.
1 gold, 1 silver, no bronze.
Okay.
On 1 east.
Okay, that's my local government.
Okay, on 1 east.
Yes.
Okay, 1 gold, no silver, 2 bronze.
Okay.
Echo.
All right.
2 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze.
Okay.
Oriedo, no gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze.
Okay.
Eastern Northeast, no gold, 1 silver, no bronze. Eastern Central, no gold, no silver, 2 bronze. Etako Central, no gold, no silver, 2 bronze. Etako East, no gold, no silver, 1 bronze. Ovia Northeast, no gold, no silver, 1 bronze. Then the other local government, they are not returning any medal.
Okay. All right, no problem.
Yesterday, 6 p.m.
All right.
By 6 o'clock this evening, we
Yeah, you are going to update the medal table.
Yes, the result that came in today.
Oh,
That is
okay.
the position so far. So as at now, as at 6 p.m., Onwa East is leading the.
You mean Onwa West?
Onwa West, sorry, Onwa West is leading the medal table.
Otherwise, Frank Laboya will not be happy. He will not be happy with you.
That was the slip of Onwa West is leading the medal table, followed by Kobaha and Akuku Edo.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for the update. Hopefully, tomorrow we will still get you to give us more updates.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. So there you have it. The Edo State Sports Festival. Which local government are you from?
Ego local government.
Okay. Okay. You mentioned you as one of those that.
Yeah, I think one bronze or so. Let me quickly check from what I have here. Ego. Okay, just 3 silver medal and 2 bronze medals. Okay, and right now they are 5th on the table.
Okay, but for Onwa West with Frank Ilaboya, well, no surprises there. We know he
was a sports journalist before becoming a journalist,
sports administrator.
Yeah.
Now he is the administrator of an entire local government. So we know how all the tricks he has been using to ensure that sports is number 1 in Onwa West. Well, congratulations to them so far, but the competition has not ended. They will still have a long way to go.
Yeah, the table will turn very soon.
I am sure my local governments are in contention of winning that 5 million naira. So we have one goal already. No problem. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Even if
they finish third to take
Onwa West wins it, well, they are our brothers, no wahala. So we can live with that. Okay. By the way, even the chairman of the Edo State Sports Commission is from Onwa West. So you can see the quality of sports people that are coming out of Onwa West. So little surprised that they are top of the medal table at the moment. But I'm sure the other local governments too are going to fight real hard to top that medal table. But look, it doesn't really matter. It is the participation. As Baron de Coubertin, the father of the modern day Olympic Games, said, look, what matters is really the participation, not winning. Well, winning is good, but if you just participate, it's okay. The spirit of sportsmanship we will all celebrate at the end of the day. Okay, let's continue now with the show. Emmanuel Adebayo, we hear he has signed for a new club. You think he will be retired by now, but no way. Emmanuel Sheyi Adebayo still very much in the thick of things, and he has decided to continue with his professional career. This is somebody that has played for so many clubs, famously Arsenal,
Real Madrid,
Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur. I'm talking about England.
Okay.
You know, he went around these clubs and he kind of scored for the club and against the club. I remember when he scored against Tottenham Hotspur, and it was Adebayo. Dynamite, absolute dynamite. Was it on brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. Then he now joined Manchester City, scored against Arsenal, and celebrated in front of Arsenal fans. And then when he was at Tottenham Hotspur, he also scored against Arsenal too. But these days he has decided that his career will continue.
Yeah, I think he just joined the Paraguayan side, Olympia, and to me, I think that's one way to keep his career on track, because as at December 4th, he granted an interview, and it was, I said he was still looking at his future, still trying to see what will come from the clubs, but haven't waited, and there was no offer, from clubs that he was expecting, and he got one from Olympia, the Paraguayan club, and he just had to join them. And the president of the club also did something, and he called out a poll. He asked the fans, to sign something that if he gets at least 20,000 signatures, then Adebayo will be in Paraguay, and they all started signing and all that. At the end of the day, he made the announcement that Adebayo was joining them. Though he had the fantastic career right there in Turkey before switching to Olympia, in Paraguay right now. He played for Istanbul Basaksehirspor alongside Robinho, and he did well before joining Kayserispor, the bottom club. But when he saw that things were not going the right way, he had to leave Kayserispor, and now he has joined the Olympia. And Olympia too, they just started their league. I think they played 4 matches so far, and his club right now, they are
the greatest of heights, but suddenly things didn't work out that way. We're talking about, well, they call him former Super Eagles defender, but he's 29, so maybe he's not former just yet. Perhaps he will still get his chance. Godfrey Obabona, who formed a fantastic defensive pairing as centre backs with Kenneth Omero at the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations, when Joseph Yobo kind of wasn't giving his very best. Godfrey Obabona and Kenneth Omero stepped up, and it was just wonderful for Nigeria. I played a couple of games for Nigeria, but these days he finds himself out of favor. He has joined the Georgian Premier League club Dinamo Batumi on a permanent deal.
Well, a good one for him. I hope he gets to do very well to take care of what is happening right now. Then the Chinese Grand Prix could come maybe the 8th or 9th Grand Prix, but for now, April is so close. I don't think there's anything they can do, and that will make the drivers, the constructors, even the fans. So for me, I think they've taken the best decision, and like we always say here, our hearts and soul are with those that are really finding things difficult right now in China. It's not funny. I have a friend who traveled to China right now. He's yet to return to Nigeria, from China because of what is going on right now. So many people are stuck there right now because of what is going on. So I think the best decision has been taken by the organizers of the Formula One.
Still talking Formula One, Ferrari.
Number one last season, duo of the radio with Hamilton. If they can, but let the two of them go.
Important this one day on is more than the one
party where extend we go continue all better all my straight cost for booking and I beg you call us 823 best event go see really wedding.
The qualifier to the World Cups, and now just like the said as assistant coach of the Super Eagles. Well, see how it goes.
In a bid to realize a peaceful and secure African continent, Nigeria and Ethiopia have signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, on defense. Both countries, according to a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, signed an agreement exempting official and diplomatic travelers from both countries from obtaining travel visas. Fever has grown to be of great concern to Nigerians, particularly those in states where the infection rate is high and regular. Currently, several communities across 19 states in Nigeria are living in constant fear of contracting the virus, including communities in Edo State. In this edition of Extra Voices, a KUFM special news report, Osaka Awade went in search of an answer from those who have been on the forefront of the battle to contain the disease.
Lassa fever is a major public health challenge in West Africa, with Nigeria bearing the highest burden. This virus is more prevalent during the dry season, and that is when the highest number of infection and casualty figure is recorded. It is perhaps that time of the year again. 19 states in Nigeria have confirmed cases of Lassa fever in various communities. Here in Edo State, as at 9th of February, according to Director of Disease Control, Ministry of Health, Dr. Bruce Osa, 170 cases have been confirmed, out of which 14 have died,
bringing the case fatality to be about 8, which is still under it and the lowest in the country. Those patients that died came in.
The good news, however, is that Lassa fever is not a death sentence, as the disease curable if it is detected early.
In this outbreak, more than 50% of
series Empire has been indicted by a special prosecutor on 6 counts, accusing him of lying to Chicago police. Smollett had earlier in 2019 been charged with 16 counts of felony disorderly conduct for allegedly hiring 2 men to to stage a racist, homophobic attack against